Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's Dash, and we are back with episode 1 of the GT4 2019 series. I hope you guys have been doing pretty well. Now, as a bit of a recap, since the review, we drove 6 cars that were in the GT4 lineup. If you guys remember that, if you haven't, go and check out that video. And out of the 6, you guys decided on this Porsche right here. And then on my community post on Instagram, we decided on either the number 44 livery or this number 4 livery right here. And between the two, you guys decided on this number 4 livery right here. Now, jumping to the prep stream that we did last week, we finished up the elimination and cup race at Daytona. And then after that, we then went to Monza and got the endurance head-to-head and cup races finished. And for those who have checked out that stream, I'm not gonna lie, the races were pretty wild. And with that out of the way, everything golden in the GT4 series, in the GT4 exhibition, now it's time to officially start our season in 2019 in GT4. We are going back 3 years since now. And let's just kind of get a feel on what we're doing on this calendar. So, first race is going to be Brands Hatch, and then we're going to be going to Monza. And for some of the tracks, they will have the time trials, which we will do before the races. Next track we're going to is Barcelona, and then we're going to go to Silverstone after that. So then we're going to go to Suzuka, going back to Daytona, Circuit of the Americas, Spa, one of my favorite tracks. We're going to absolutely dominate there. And then after that, we're then going to the Red Bull Ring. Then we're going back to America for Laguna Seca, and then we're going to go to Germany for Hockenheim. And then lastly, we're going to go to Nürburgring to race on the Nürburgring for the final race of the season. And pretty good selection of all the tracks here. And let's start in Brands Hatch in Autocross, so let's do this. And so we start this event off in Autocross, which the idea is to try and get the fastest lap time we possibly can on a challenging section, as it states on a track. And as we're going through the season, we're going to be doing a little bit of upgrades here and there. We got all these different components for the car. We got the engine, body, suspension, exhaust, brakes, and the tires, which will all be important, especially the engine here, which I'm sure going into our first race, I don't think we should expect the competition to be that quick, but I think we should be fine as we're going into this event. And so without further ado, let's play zero time and go into this first event, the Autocross here in Brands Hatch. And from the looks of it, we're racing on the Indy circuit, which is, if I had to think, it has about maybe 7 corners, I think. And of course, going through the season like we did in the review in the stream, we're going to go in first person. 3, 2, 1, the lights are on, and we are gone. As we are coming down, we're going up the hill. As we're going into the first corner, we're going to go ahead and just trail a little bit to get to the corner. We thankfully don't lose the rear, because usually that's what would happen. We're going to brake right about that red mark on the left side, and then we're just going to go around it. And I just could not get that exit right. Hopefully we don't mess up this next corner right here, which is, we're trying to save it. And we crossed the line. Did we get first? Hey, yes we did, with 27.188. Not too bad for a first, not bad for a time around Sector 1. We should be able to handle the rest of it. And with those results, we got E-By right here by just over a second, which is not too bad. With the Autocross out the way, let's go to the elimination. And with the Autocross round out of the way, we'll now enter the elimination round of the Brands Hatch race. So the idea in this event is to try and stay out of last place, and we have 20 seconds to try and gain positions as the event goes on. As it states right there, our driver is eliminated every 20 seconds. Stay out of last place. We are going to try and stay out of last place, which I'm sure, knowing our skill, it shouldn't be a problem. As we are racing on the Indy circuit here. It's a pretty nice elevation here. As we can see, 2 Audis in the front row, Porsche and BMW. Aston Martin and Camaro, and then the BMW and us right next to it. There's 8 cars in this round, which I guess shouldn't be a problem. If there was more cars, this race would most definitely be longer. As there are the red lights, 3, 2, 1, the lights are on, and we are gone. As we get an average start, BMW just scurries ahead of us just a little bit. Now for this part, I'd like to try and get the inside as we just make a bit of contact between ourselves and the Porsche ahead. If we're looking for a move on the outside, just give the Porsche just a little bit of a nudge. We'll just level on the throttle a little bit, get that exit, and move up into fourth place. We dive on the inside, as we go for a lunge to second. The Audi gets its attack from behind, letting us know that, hey, I did not like that move, but okay. And with that, the Audi will just have to cry about it. I don't even know how this Audi ahead even got ahead of the Audi that's behind us. Like, that's just, yeah, it just does not make any sense sometimes. And with 2 cars down, 10 seconds left until 6th place is eliminated. We're now in the fight for 1st place. As this is already looking like a battle set in stone. As we've got the inside line, we'll hit the brakes and pretty much block his entrance going into turn 2. And secure ourselves 1st place. So now it's just a matter of us not lunging here in turn 3 again. As we are now going to go through turn 4, which the idea is we could potentially go flat, but I just didn't have the apex right. We just brakes a little bit, go around at about 85, 90 miles per hour. We go on the throttle as we're concluding yet another lap at Brands Hatch with only 4 cars left, about to be 3. When you're going through this event, you almost don't realize how much time has gone by, especially if you're paying more attention to the track, rather than the actual cars and stuff behind. So we go a little bit wide on turn 2, but everything is fine. And we got to the exits, and we got him about 300 yards behind. We are doing absolutely amazing. 20 seconds left. Pretty sure this is already a race set in stone now. As long as we don't miss our braking point over here at turn 1, which you can do if you mess it up somehow, you'll be a little bit closer to the curve. But with that out the way, we go into turn 2 and exit knowing that we just secured ourselves a win at Brands Hatch in the elimination round, taking 1st place of this race. Easy, giving us only 800 EXP, giving us an 11.8 thousand reward to fill up our bar. Not too shabby, not too shabby. And now, lastly, the results. We got Stash the Dashing One, myself up in pole position, Golden Slayer in 2nd place, and because we're not going to waste time, we're going to go ahead and get this race underway. Alright, and now the moment you've all been waiting for, the race. Here in the GT4 series, we're doing 6 laps around the Indy Brands Hatch circuit. Let's go ahead and get this anticipation ready, as we'll go ahead and hit that race button to prepare for 6 laps around the Brands Hatch Cup race. Now, with 22 cars on the grid from what I can tell, this is going to be a rather difficult race. Here it is, the rolling start, 3, 2, 1, the lights are on, and we are gone as we get a pretty decent exit on the green light. We got the Porsche over there on our left side, just trying to look for a move on the outside, and we'll see a gap in between those cars. Yeah, we got it, can we get a second? No, we can't. There's contact between ourselves and the Mercedes ahead, as we're just looking for a gap, which I think I can see it over there on the outside. We go around the outside, we're up to 17, so we get the power on early. I can see the gap on the inside. Can we get the dive? Yes, we can. We avoid contact between ourselves and the Camaro ahead. As we go ahead and take 14th. As we're looking for the move, there it is. Just a nice squeeze on the inside and outside of the Audi. And the Audi tries to get that position back, but wants to stay dedicated to the racing and braking points, which does not help his case since he's out the 1st place. No, not 1st, we're not there yet. We were up in the 12th, we passed the Porsche on the inside, and got ourselves 11th place to get the power on early. Now we're up into 10th place already, and this is going to be a lunge, just the replay is going to be interesting. Just a nice tight squeeze into turn 2 on those 2 Camaros right there. That was risky and could have ended very bad as we got the Camaro over there on the outside. As we just looked for the move on the inside on the BMW, we're up into 5th place already. Already looking like a 4th place position that we gained, which we do. A nice and quick exit. 3 laps in, can we go ahead and get ourselves on the podium? I think we can, as we're right about on the bumper of the Porsche ahead. Now as we look for the move on the inside or outside, we go for the outside as we get the power on early. Not messing up on the exit, which is good, as we're going to avoid hitting the Mercedes, not going full throttle out on the exit, and we secure ourselves 2nd place. And it's just being very cautious going into that section, which is very fast, and we try to get that exit out, and we eat into the dirt just a little bit, which widens the gap between ourselves and the Mercedes ahead. But as we're going into turn 1, I'm sure there's going to be absolutely no problems. We'll hit the brakes a little bit, lift the car, and then just easy on the throttle as we got the Mercedes on the outside, we blocked off and parked it on the apex and secured ourselves 1st place 4 laps into the race. But now it's just a matter of not messing this up, and I'm pretty sure like a lap later we're gonna go and end up running into some backmarker traffic, which is going to absolutely murder our lap time. Especially since we're going into a first. Let's see what our lap time is. It is a 1 minute. No, it's a 39.170. Who knows if that's going to be our fastest lap or not. I guess we'll have to just see until the end. If we just about missed the apex. And I don't think we slowed him down. I think we did. No. Alright, there's our first back marker right there. Second on the inside. Let's see. I can see another back marker just right there. Oh, there it is. Take the corner flat. Hit the brakes. We're on the outside on that back marker. Being 21st place back there at the moment. In case that Audi didn't really give himself a good exit out of the final corner, as we hold that Audi on the outside and pass him once again. So we've already passed 22nd, 21st, and 20th place. Now, on this final lap, I wonder how many cars that we can potentially pass as we're going into these last 3 or 4 corners, and then one way to find out. As I see 2 more cars, we look for the move on the inside, and we eat it into the dirt once again, but just merely avoiding contact between the Mercedes and I. As we go for a move on the outside, the Audi gives us 0 room on the outside, but we still managed to get the move done. We passed 22nd to 18th and secured us our 1st place here in Brands Hatch of the first race of this GT4 2019 series. An absolutely almost child's play kind of race. What did I say earlier? The competition probably shouldn't be that quick going into this first race. Well, in any case, let's see what our back markers look like. Yep, what did I say? We passed like the first 5 of the back markers in the back, so 22nd to 18th place. And there it is, a 39.17 as our fastest lap in that race, which we didn't do too bad. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know about y'all, but I think we should go ahead and take a look at the replay, just to kind of see how things played out. Oh, and I did a little bit of editing on this one too. Into the first corner, there it is, going in between the cars, contact between ourselves and the Mercedes ahead. And it's right here, we look for the move on the outside and get the move done. Got the exit, dive on the inside, and just barely over contact between ourselves and the Camaro. It's so weird, like I know I'm a pretty good driver, and there it is, the send! Oh my god, I swear the G-forces on that thing. I'm pretty sure those G-forces have to have been almost equivalent to an F1 car, or maybe even a GT3 or a GTE car. Hell, maybe even a hypercar, who knows. It is lap 2 of the race, as we look for the move. There it is, a nice and swift entry, and there's the dive right there. was nearly away from the barrier right there, like a solid 3 inches or so. Surely that had to have counted as a corner cut, but now that we're actually seeing it in the replay, you can see the commitment in my driving right there now that we're watching the replay, not from the cockpit. And as we got the move right there, we're already up into the top 5, catching up to the Porsche ahead. As we were looking for the move on the inside, it's just been merely a blow contact between Porsche and myself as we come back for the attack on the outside and get the move done on the exit of that corner. Now up into the podium places, with merely of a contact between ourselves and the Mercedes over there on our right side. Now catching up to the Mercedes ahead, and we try to go for a little bit of a commitment, and yep, there it is. That's where we sent it a little bit too wide on the exit of that corner right there. But it doesn't matter because we're going to end up just catching them right here, going into the first corner. Like just the mere commitment. There it is. Near contact between ourselves and Mercedes. We just scratch him a little bit. Gotta give him a little bit of a nudge, getting the elbows out. And go around on the inside and get the move done. And there it is. We're up into the podium places. Like, I swear these camera angles are addicting. But then again, I don't know what even going on with this. With the glitches on the track. Like, weird, really. As we're going into our 5th lap, and this is the part where we would go in, or we would go and catch up the back markers right there. Which is, there's one right there. There's the Porsche in the 2nd place. Dive on the inside. Get me move nice and swift. As we look above again. And yep, that's where you want to enter that corner right there. And just around the outside and try not to send it wide again, which we didn't. We didn't, I promise we didn't. Just couldn't see the other side, but we didn't. And there it is, we passed the Audi, just going to let them know that, hey, we're there. The final lap of the race. Above camera angle again. Very, very addicting. And a little bit of a step out right there. Which is absolutely committing to these corners right here. Just pushing the car. And this, yeah, this is where you can clearly see where it just ate the dirt. Basically kind of cut that corner there, but then again, who could fault this? The Mercedes did kind of just need 0 room. And I'm serious, I just wish there was blue flags, but with that, that's a replay of the end. And with that, Race 1 is complete of the GT4 2019 series. If you guys have enjoyed this video, feel free to please leave a like and subscribe, and a sub is very much appreciated. This channel is slowly growing, and there is potential if I do see so myself. Be sure to follow me on my socials, which I will leave a link in the description. And until next time, I will see you guys later. See ya.